Hello again, YouTube. This is The Truth, man, giving you the truth. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, all subjects channel, no simping. We're going to get into why I added that to the name of this channel. Today, like I told y'all, it's finna be some flames going on. People be getting mad at me over the stuff I be talking about. I be getting unfriended on Facebook, all types of things, but I don't care, because I know I'm doing the work of the Most High God with this. And a lot of y'all preachers are simps. This is the No Simping channel. I ain't no preacher simp. I'm not. Like, y'all want me to be one of those dudes to push you into marriage with these 304s. We finna get into some stuff today as to why marriages normally fail. The man gets blamed, but we finna get into some of the things why marriages fail. To me personally, it's rare that it's the man's fault. Most men want to keep their families together. It's only a couple of dudes that's dealing with drug problems, mental issues, they weak-minded, that break up their marriages. It's mainly the women. And I'm going to tell you why. On this video, I want to talk about some things that women did in their past that you can't trust them now because they did it. We're going to retitle it later, but that's what I'm talking about on here. So, Kevin Samuels and Minister Jap did a video on the 90s and how women work. And I'm sitting there listening to that like, man, these dudes own it. Because I remember back in those 90s, you know, being in Milwaukee, my hometown, which is where I live right now. And during that time, I also was at Jackson State University. And I remember that experience like yesterday. I remember things that those girls was doing. I remember things that was going on in the surrounding states, like Freaknik, which we're going to talk about a little bit today. Things that women did before they got married that may come back to haunt you guys. Number one, sucking wing ding, D-I-C-K, in the 90s. Any woman that did that, I don't care if it was her boyfriend, they wasn't doing that. They didn't know how to do that. Like, even at Jackson State, man. It was one particular girl that was doing that, and she was the campus freak. Most of those girls did not even know how to do it. I'm telling you. I had one of my girlfriends, both of them that I had during that time I was there. Like, I was making my rounds, but I had two girlfriends. Neither one of them knew how to do that. Neither one of them was doing that. Now, they probably know how now, but I don't hold it against somebody that learned how to do that on guys that they have love for, respect for, so on and so forth. When they do that, though, and they do that on guys they just met, or they do that on guys that they not like in a relationship with, these are the women that will retire from sex on you down the line. What do I mean by retire from sex? That sexless stuff. Always have an excuse. Say they gonna do something, you come out the bathroom, they sleep. All of these behaviors have performance. See, when they let guys do all these acts to them, they going down on them, which, watch this, we going somewhere. In the 90s, man, like in the 90s, it was just straight missionary or from the back. It wasn't all that kinky stuff unless you was watching POR, fill in the blank, playing Scrabble. Like, that's where they was learning how to do that stuff, but most of them wasn't doing it. They used to be like, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing that. I remember one of my associates. We used to be friends, but y'all know how I say we ain't around each other now. You done been demoted to associate. So he was trying to, like, he was in my house. My parents was out of town. He was in my house just taking her head like this. I said, whoa, hey man, nah man, hey man, listen man. She said she don't want to do it. He's like, come on man, come on. They was not really doing that back then, I'm telling you. Now, it was a couple. Like my first job, I worked at Big Boy. And there was this guy, I remember his name was John. There was these two sisters that worked there. He used to tap me on the shoulder like, watch this. He said, man, this is why I don't trust no bees. He said, watch this. He'll just signal to one of them. They'll be gone, because we used to work at night and it used to get slow. They'll be gone for hours. And he'll be going back and forth, this sister, that sister. And I'm looking at that like, man, he might be right, man. You can't trust these 304s. Which I know I was using the H word. I was only 16. He's like, watch this, man. Then he'll come back and tell everything. Graphic. I'll go home, squish, 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 squish. Just thinking about the filth, you know, that he was with, because them sisters was good looking. But he just was treating them like they were. He said, man, this how you got to treat them, man. He was older than me. He said, this how you got to treat them, man. They ain't S. Then they'll come, he'll tap me. Watch this. He'll do his head like this. Like, kind of like. And they'll disappear. But when they went down there, these are the ones that's not going to tell you everything else they did. They'll lie about their body count. They'll lie about what they actually did. And you'll see them in guys' faces. These are the ones that you'll end up fighting because of them. Because they don't know how to get dudes out their face. But when they was doing that in the 90s, that's supposed to be a red flag, because most women wasn't doing that and didn't know how. The only women that was doing that were the ones that were in POR, fill in the blank, and the ones like them two sisters, and the one at Jackson State who was getting them choo-choos ran on. She had the Amtrak going. Next stop, such and such. But most of them wasn't doing that. So if they were doing that, here's what's going to happen. When they do something with you, this is why high body count matters. When they do something with you, they're going to be thinking about them other dudes that they like better than you and what happened with them. You ever notice them 304s, they always got their eyes closed during sex, and it's probably because they're trying to think about somebody else. Listen, if that's the way any of you women feel about your husband, let me show you what you do. If he's the breadwinner, you leave and don't try to collect nothing. Go get you a job. Because you don't appreciate him. You thinking about dudes that ain't never paid a bill for you. Ain't never went to work to support you. You thinking about them, and when they do this, man, that's why emotional affairs, which is the next thing. When they do those emotional affairs, man, like, especially like if it's before you commit to them, those are the most dangerous ones. Those are more dangerous than the ones during the marriage. Is the ones before that, because they showing you, they showing you, you stupid for marrying me. When they be liking some other dude, so they be playing hard to get. Y'all wonder why the divorce rate is 53%? This is why. I ain't trying to hear none of that. I will cook just pearly things. I know she tried to be on our side, but she's a female. This not her space. And again, she is from Wisconsin. She's a Wisconsin suburbanite. They didn't deal with black dudes unless they were in college. They done snuck away from mama, being a freak, rebelling, or having drug issues. Them white girls, you couldn't get them white girls like that. You couldn't. That's how Wisconsin is. Wisconsin, this area is very segregated. You go at most places here as a black, I told y'all, 6'2", almost 6'3". 285. On a day I don't eat, probably. Not fat. I got some meat. I'm mostly muscle. And I go in these places, they looking at me like, oh my gosh, is he gonna start something? Is he gonna rob the place? That's Wisconsin for you. That's why I should no white women from Wisconsin be in the front. And I don't know. I don't know how Hafiz, they say Hafiz got her. And that just proved, if Hafiz is winning the debate against her, man, she ain't got nothing. And I'm not hating. I'm the truth man, y'all. I don't got nothing against her. But I'm the truth man. I'm going to tell the truth. If she can't beat him in the debate, how are these people? I'm starting to believe that a lot of these people working with the feds, man. Because how are these people who can't even win an easy debate? I would destroy Hafiz in less than 10 minutes. Because all of that little Christian talk, man, listen, I've been a member at 3 churches. I've been on a deacon board. I done preached in churches. I'm licensed to preach from one of the churches I went to. You can't tell me nothing about, I already know all the doctrines practically in Christianity. Every doctrine. That stuff ain't gonna work on me. I know how the Most High thinks. I know what his view is on male-female relationships. You can't tell me nothing, man. And especially me knowing that you only been married for a year. She can't beat him. Man, how y'all dudes is either y'all thirsty or something ain't right. Because like I've heard a couple YouTubers talk about how you guys be super chatting these women. I've never super chatted a woman. Y'all be super chatting these women, and every chance they get, they doo-doo on us. Name one that don't. Name one that don't. A YouTuber, a female YouTuber that don't doo-doo on guys. They all do it. They favorite is small wing ding. Listen, even if my wing ding was, let's say in a different world I had a small, I'm still gonna put them, I will put that little volume on these chicks. On whoever I was with. They wouldn't even be able to tell the difference. But they want to come with that. And I've seen wives losing arguments trying to bring up stuff like that. So they do it too. Like, I mean, dude, let's be honest, man. Marriage is one of the biggest wastes of time and money with most women. If they not a unicorn, you're going to waste your time and your money. And this how it works. Why is he driving so slow? I'm doing a video and driving faster than him. But this how it works. When you are in a discordant, if that's a word, or a relationship full of discord, it's going to block some of the things that would have came to you. Like you say, well, Will Smith got money. We're not talking about people that done made secret pacts. We're not talking about them. We're talking about everyday people that when you in those type of marriages where she's not really with you, she's only there for some other reason, that's going to stop your finances from flowing in. I've seen a guy that made over 100 grand for 10 years straight. But he ain't have money like that. He was having to get loans, all type of stuff, because he had one of the most rebellious, strife type of women that you could ever even imagine. And everybody, all his brothers, co-workers, everybody used to be like, man, you need to leave her alone. And I even said it to him. Like, he used to tell me stuff. I'd be like, dude, I don't understand what He said, man, I ain't going nowhere, man. I said, okay. The chick was disrespecting him, was calling the job, embarrassing him, all kind of stuff, man. And he just, I don't know. Because he one of those guys that we talk about on here. One of those guys that never let go of stuff. Like, they just won't let go. There's a lot of guys like that. I ain't one of them. If you disrespect me consistently, you act toxic towards me, I'm going to find a way to remove you out of the equation every time. If I got to start over, I start over. But I don't take that off people because I know my self-worth. That I'm so comfortable with myself that I can be by myself, and it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Just saying. Just like, okay, when these women have that confidence, well, I just look at them like delusional to me. But maybe they not delusional to the guys who like them. You see what I'm saying? So, when they sucked winged in, when they had emotional affairs, another one, when they was in love before you, that dude is probably going, if they find him, he probably going to tap it on the low. And she's going to be loose and disrespectful towards you. Here's what some women do. If this dude is hoarse, if he like got you beat by a mile, that sometimes be why they be making excuses. They be trying to tighten back up because they know you gonna know they done did something. That's what a lot of them do. So if they was just sucking, especially if two at a time, oh no. If you find out that your wife put her lips on two men at once and she didn't just disclose that to you before, man, that's automatic. You ain't gonna get nowhere with her, man. Her mind is gonna be fried. You ain't gonna get this dudes be wondering. I had a relative. I already knew the type how his wife was. And I'm looking at how she acting at the wet. And I'm looking like, he looking like, man, should I do this? He ended up divorced because his wife was a 304. Going both ways. He ended up divorced. See, what they do before they get to you matters. Don't let them tell you it don't. And that's why when you know about all this stuff, if you choose to take that risk, hey man, when they disclose it to you, who knows? If they disclose it to me, I'm gonna be like, you fine, but I ain't finna compete with all these people. I ain't finna compete with all these people. You can have a wide one, long. But if she had multiple ones that had you beat, what's the first thing she gonna say? He little anyways. Dude, listen, man. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Life is about the Most High and what you can pave out for yourself to make yourself more comfortable. It's not about women. When women are added to your equation, you're supposed to make them get with your program. This is what I got away from, and it backfired in my face. Because I knew these things, and I'm gonna talk about how guys be on here talking like, if you ain't out here, you don't know. That's not true. A lot of things ain't changed. And I'm gonna prove it to you in the next video. This is The Truth Man. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel. Thanks for watching. Keep tuning in. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you have not done so. And share the content.